Shalom. This is Brother Kashkwala coming back at you with another lesson, giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, HaKadosh. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, great millstone, to rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. All right, so I'm coming to you with a lesson pertaining around the milk and how you shouldn't veer away from it. All right, should desire that milk. Okay, the milk is something that you came in on, you could say. When you first, got the truth, you were being weaned. Okay, let's get that word weaned, if I'm spelling that right. It says wean. It says nope. Let me try to find it in the scripts. Matter of fact, I think I know what script to find it in. 1 second. Let's go to 1 Samuel 1. Bear with me one moment. Because when you're weaned, you're being taken care of. There it is. I spelled it wrong. All right, I'm gonna read it just for the sake of the script. This is First Samuel 1:22. It says, "But Hannah went not up, for she said unto her husband, I will not go up until the child be weaned." All right, let's get that word wean. Wean. Here it says accustom an infant or a young mammal to food other than its mother's milk. It says accustomed to managing without something on which they have become dependent or of which they have become excessively fond. Be strongly influenced by, especially from an elder age. So weaning is a process of gradually introducing an infant or other mammal to what will be its adult diet while withdrawing the supply of its mother's milk. The process takes place only in mammals, as only mammals produce milk. Right, so when you first come into this truth, guess what? You suck on the tit in the wisdom and in the knowledge and understanding weans you to understand the meat of the book, okay, which is the Bible, which means the deeper understanding of the book. But does that mean you stray away from you drinking the milk? No. Because you understanding the milk of the scripts, okay, is really what confounds a lot of people who come against the scripts. Another thing for milk aspect, knowing it's real simple. You consider yourself a Hebrew Israelite. Know the Hebrew alphabet. Simple, like that simple. The first things when you first come into the truth you should be knowing is the alphabet, the 4 mandatory prayers. And y'all brothers should know what those 4 prayers are. Knowing the 12 tribes in Hebrew and knowing their meaning, that's milk stuff. If you're still choking on that, you need to sit back and reflect on yourself to see, you need to map out your priorities in your life, and your study habits need to change, or you need to stop skipping certain things of the curriculum. Because yes, there is a curriculum in there. There's certain things you need to know before you know other things. The brothers in GMS always say it. There's levels to this. And sometimes when you get exposed, especially if you ask simple questions and you don't know, you're not really on the level that you thought you were. And I'm speaking to myself. It's called reality slapping you in the face. Okay, this is Hebrews 5:12. It says, "For when the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of the Most High." It says, "And are become such as have need of milk and not a strong meat. Exactly. When you first come into this thing, you don't need to be learning about no reincarnation and things of that and deeper level things, breaking down Revelation 17 and such. You need to understand the forefathers, who your forefathers are, that you're an Israelite, what the tribes are, you know, breaking certain things like that down, getting the foundation. Okay? That's understanding that you need to get salvation. A lot of salvation, the scriptures, that's milk, salvation, because that's our main priority. Yes, the topic salvation gets deeper than that, but that's what you start off with. Grasp an understanding of that before you try to get into a deeper topic or break down the whole book of Ezekiel or shoot, even try to correct somebody or teach. Okay? Verse 5, it says, "For everyone that useth milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness, for he is a babe." Man, I'm still a babe. I'm still a babe. You know, I've been knowing this for 7 years. I'm still a babe. Okay? I'm still a babe, man. If you're still choking and hiccuping on easy milk Bible 101 things, and you've been in this for 4+, 5+ years, there's an issue. There's a big issue. I know camps, certain camps take tests. If you're one who's consistently failing the test, that's an issue. And I know it's not all about a knowledge base, but matter of fact, knowledge. I'm gonna get the script, the classic script. Knowledge is a big thing. Knowledge is just as big as wisdom and understanding. Isaiah 33:6. Okay, which is a milk script. Isaiah 33:6. "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times." Exactly. You need to up your knowledge, regardless of who you are. Don't lean. I understand what the scripts say here. All right. King James, KJV 16:11 version. Is that Ecclesiasticus 19? Let's see. Ecclesiasticus 19:24. "He that hath small understanding and feareth the Most High is better than one that have much wisdom and transgresseth the law of the Most High." I understand that script, but you can't ride on that saying, "Oh, I just don't know, but I know I got faith." You cut that out, man. No, you need to know these things. And if you sitting here failing tests, I'm talking simple tests, not a 50 question long test, and you asking to break down certain, scripts and things of that nature within the test. But I'm talking about like name the 12 tribes, name the alphabet. What's Abraham's name in Hebrew? What's Isaac's name in Hebrew? You fail in little tests like that, you need to reevaluate what you got going in your personal life, and that's straight up. Because it's obvious that you are not putting the effort forth in this ministry to excel. If you stuck on a level of those are things you should know 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks in the truth. Just a personal testimony. When I was in the military and I got the truth, the brother Tazamar from Dallas and the brother Sha'ar in Dallas both, told me about the truth. Man, the first things I learned was the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Then I went to the alphabet, writing these things down. Now I learned the alphabet in the Paleo. Then I learned the alphabet in the Assyrian. Then I learned the 12 tribes names and wrote them down in Assyrian and Paleo and understand the meanings. Then I understood the forefathers. And to this day, and I'm confident to say, if you ask me a question on those things, I'm going to answer without hesitation easily. It should be like second nature, like, oh, what's Abraham? not even a millisecond pass before you answer. Okay, if you stuck on the milk, you need to continue drinking that from the tip, and there's nothing wrong with doing that. All right, verse 14. It says, but Hebrews 5:14, but strong meat belongeth to them that are of full age. Those are the heads of the camps, the apostles and elders, and things of that nature. You shut up and learn from them. But in the meantime, when you're studying, you study the milk things. If you're still getting hiccups on that. Another thing too, if you're doing a lesson, do what you know. Do a lesson on what you know. Don't just try to put it in there because you want to sound a certain way or anything. No, if you don't know, don't teach it. If you don't know how to say the Hebrew correctly, don't say it. Study more to show thyself approved. And that's showing yourself approved in front of people too. You are approved to teach this word because you have put the effort for it, and you have sat down and actually have been studious enough to understand and then to teach. Then you become approved. Some men don't even get to speak for a lot of them. Me personally, let me say this too. When we were on the outside, I stood on the outside for 2 years and some change. Maybe like 2 years on the dot. I stood on the outside, but I consistently had to show myself approved for these brothers to accept me into the family. Okay? And even then when I got in, I'm holding the sign and holding the post and holding the camera. Had to wait probably another year or so to actually speak until I can show myself approved to the Spirit, which works through certain men, so they can gauge. Then the Spirit start opening up things to you. But you have to get the milk down. It says, but strong meat belongeth to them that are full age. To them who are full age are those who are studious and studied and got things down. Therefore, the Spirit opened it up another passage, opened another door of understanding to them because they got the basics down. And they haven't left the basics. They always go back to it and reiterate things. Oh, let me go back through this breakdown. Let me go back through this understanding. Okay, let me read the book of Genesis again. Let me understand the book of Revelation again. Let me understand Daniel 7 and Daniel 11 again. Let me understand 2nd Ezra 11 and 12. Okay? Understanding these books. Let me break down this milk script, because even when you read and study about the milk, it gets deeper than that. But those are men of full age because they have been studious enough. If you're still getting hiccups when you're asked what is Jacob's name in Hebrew, is an issue. Verse 14 again, but strong meat belongeth to them that are of full age, even those who by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil. And just Salaki, you see my mouse right here. I got a video downloading right now, so if it pops up on the screen, Salaki. All right, but anyways, it says even those who by reason of use have their senses exercised, meaning they've gone through trials and errors and things of that nature. All right, this is Ecclesiasticus Sirach chapter 34. I'll start at let's see here. All right, there we go. Salakia. Let's start. Let's do right here. It says, Sirach chapter 34 and 9, a man that hath traveled knoweth many things, and he that hath much experience will declare wisdom. Right, because he's been through the motions, you can say. Okay? And understands certain things through trial and error. All right? It says, even those who by reason of use have their senses exercised by going through their experiences because they are of a full age. All right? It says to discern both good and evil. The milk will build a foundation in a stable ground so you can understand and discern both good and evil. What is that called? A conscience. So you can develop a conscience, a righteous conscience. Okay? And if you haven't built a righteous foundation using the milk, then you need to reevaluate your life. All right? Let me type this in real quick. Benefits. I'm a terrible speller. If y'all watch my videos, y'all know that. I say that like every lesson. Of calcium. All right? I'm saying calcium because that's what's in milk. You know, milk nowadays is kind of not kind of. It is tainted, but it contains an element called calcium. It says your body needs calcium to build and maintain strong bones. Now, the reason I'm saying this is, okay, when you're a child, yes, you suck on the tit, and then you're weaned. And then weaning, which we read, about in the beginning and the inception of this lesson, means what? It means to start going into an adult diet, what your diet will be for the rest of your life type thing. Okay? Start eating peas and shit like that, applesauce. Okay? But as you grow, does that mean you don't drink milk anymore? Or you don't intake this certain calcium? No. You could be a 30-year-old dude and you still need to drink milk so it can support your bone structure, because your bone is your foundation, which your sinews, which is your muscles, wrap around, and then you have your skin that wraps around that. But your bone is your foundation, and you have to make sure your foundation is strong. Okay? It's the same thing here. If you are choking on milk, reevaluate your life. I'm being blunt. If you're choking on milk, failing simple tests, reevaluate your life. You got some shit that you're going on in your life that you just need to get in control of. And you need to switch some things around. Okay? Switch some things around and get into more of a studious mind frame and study and read. Okay? This is 1 Corinthians chapter 1, Salakia 3, verse 1. And I, brethren, could not speak unto you as unto spiritual, but as unto carnal, even as unto babes in Hamashiach. Like I said it earlier, there's levels to this. And I'm gonna keep it a buck. Certain men, I'm not saying can't, but certain men are attracted to other men, and not in that sense, okay? Meaning knowledge based. All right? Certain level of knowledgeable men are usually around certain level knowledge men on their same tier. Okay? I'm gonna be real. An elder's not always gonna be hanging out with a disciple. Okay? Because of the knowledge difference there and the understanding difference. Okay? Yeah, of course you have times you camp, of course. We're all brothers. But there's levels to things. Just think of it in a worldly sense, because that's exactly how I'm going to use the script as. It says, but as unto carnal. Just to bring a carnal analogy to understand something spiritual. When you were younger, 10, 12, were you hanging around 45-year-olds all the time? No, you weren't. You're outside playing with some 10, 12-year-olds. It's the same thing in the spirit. Okay? And the spirit will elevate you. And those men will notice, hey, he need to come around some more. But if you stuck on a level, it's very noticeable as well. Okay? It says 1 Corinthians 3 and 1, and I, brethren, could not speak unto you as unto spiritual, but as unto carnal, even as unto babes in Hamashiach. I have fed you with milk and not with meat, something that's easy to intake, pretty much is what Paul is saying. Something that you can understand off the rip. Something that really you cannot refute. Milk is so simple that you can't refute it. It just is what it is. Like, there's no need to, there are some scripts in the book that is like, brothers be like, there's no need to break it down. That's exactly what it means. Okay? That's just what it means. As I have fed you with milk and not with meat, for hitherto you were not able to bear it, neither yet now are ye able. Exactly. There's some, now I'm not gonna say some men because I don't know everyone's situation. Okay, but if you feel some type of way right now listening to the video, then if the shoe fit, wear it. Okay, and reevaluate things and understand that you need to go back to the milk and understand and rebuild your foundation because it's kind of shaky right now. All right. Verse 3 says, "For ye are yet carnal, for whereas there is among you envying, strife, and divisions, are ye not carnal and walk as men?" Okay. I'm gonna stop right there. But there's certain levels to this, and there's certain levels that you have to be at in certain points of this truth in your walk. If you're still at level 1, and you're supposed to be at level 10, there's an issue. If you haven't been taking heed to the counsels and the warnings and the admonitions that the higher ups and the elders have been given, you need to reevaluate yourself. The scriptures say, "Don't you know your own selves?" You need to reevaluate your life. If you are an individual who still gets choked up on naming the 12 tribes or saying the Lashon Kodash or saying the Adonam Pa'al, you need to reevaluate your life. And like I said in the beginning of the lesson, this goes towards me too. I wouldn't be making the lesson if it wasn't about me either. Okay? Fix yourself, understand, put time and effort into studying, and get yourself right. Because the knowledge you're going to need in that day, believe it or not, you need the knowledge to make these people understand what the hell is going on. And if you don't have the knowledge, you are not approved to teach, you are not approved to lead the sheep of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, straight up. Fix it. All right? Lord willing, this was edifying. I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem HaKadosh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. Brother Kasha Kwa. Until the next time. Shalom.